Yo, what's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here, and tonight we got Rostro,
Good evening.
and we got Mike.
Evening.
And tonight we're going to talk about Bounty 11. Why are we going to talk about Bounty 11? Because it's rad. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. That's all. So let me get some screen sharing started here, and we will be off. So, Bounty 11 started one day early. Started yesterday, so instead of you have 1 day more than what we used to, so that was kind of cool. I'm gonna say cool a lot this episode. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, it is cool that it started 1 day early. Really.
And of course, as always, it's an event where you repeatedly smash each other's faces and steal bounties and spend on BP tech. And this time, something that's a little different though is you're going to get bonuses for hitting other players. And it says high-level replica bases will now be worth even more bounty. Have you guys noticed that? Well, like Ross, you didn't hit any replica bases, right? You're muted, Ross. So you can shake your head and talk.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I thought I had some background noise, but I don't. So I haven't hit any of the replica bases, so I haven't noticed.
I did get 550 off of one, so it was a little bit higher.
Okay. I just know out of all the ones that I did, I hadn't noticed any like big increase or anything. So the new information is, of course, like we talked about, in addition to stealing 50% of the player's unsecured bounty, you're going to earn a flat rate based on the level of the player's base. As we talked about, it started Wednesday, and it's going to last Monday until 10 a.m. kicks time. And you're getting your 800 drips, just like we've almost always gotten, except for that one time when they tried to screw us on it. Everybody was like, no, we want the 800 back. But yeah, you're getting them at 10 a.m., 4 p.m., 10 p.m., 4 a.m. kicks time.
Yep.
Steal percentage, I think, is pretty much the same as it's always been, right? 50%.
Correct.
Yep.
And then you have your bounty on your bank on demand thing, which you can still do. And on the first day that you enter, not the first day of bounty, but the first day that you enter, you can do it up to 5 times. Day 2 is 4 times. Day 3 is 4 times. And day 4 and 5 is 3 times.
Right. Now that's a good point. Now it's for people that aren't able to, I don't know, lives to pull them away from the game, but if they are even able to start bounty on the last day, say for example, that's the big point day, you could bank 5 times, and that's addition to we're going to go down to every time you reach the 10,000 you secure, so it's quite a few times.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely bank a lot of bounty for sure. I know trying to get to that 10K without somebody coming and hitting you is a little bit difficult, though, unless you're like getting massive amounts during your heads. But I know for me, as soon as I get anywhere to like that 5 or 6K mark, somebody comes and knocking.
Yep.
Golden X's, I don't think there's really much to talk about for this. That's the same as it's always been, I think, since we've started, except for the first one, you get that whole extra day that you have to hold it.
Right. I haven't noticed the same well, for me at least, I've had problems connecting to some of them before, and I have not had that issue in this one. So
I know Toxic had problems connecting to your guys' last night. It took him like 6 or 7 tries, and he had to refresh and all that kind of stuff. So
okay, then it's still going on. All right. For some people, it's really hard.
Just not for you, Ross, this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you manage to hold it for the first hole up until the first checkpoint, you get 2K bonus, and then the second time, if you manage to hold it for the whole time, you get a 4,400 or 44K or 4,400 point bonus. So that's pretty much all the same. Replica bases, of course, your opponent bases on the world maps, they're replicas with actual player bases in there. and they can pay out bounty within a range of values. And lo and behold, they decide to put the guards leads back in them this time.
Yeah.
Big mistake, in my opinion.
Yes, they could kiss my ass.
Don't hold back, Mike. Tell us how you really feel.
I just find the ones that don't have nothing in them,
Right.
or have something easy in them.
Yeah, I mean, well, in my personal opinion, I don't know what you guys think. I don't think over damage is working properly right now, and some of those guards are just damn near impossible to kill.
True, very true.
Which I'm pretty sure impossible to kill guards is why we took the guards out of the bases in the first place. Nothing's fucking changed. Why are they back in there again?
Right.
Well, I mean, I hope they're listening and get the damn guards out, you know, take them off and reset it back to no guards in, and it could be a very good bounty for everybody again.
Yeah, honestly, I personally think if they didn't have the guards in your opponent bases right now, this would overall be absolutely the best bounty that they've done so far. Because you get bonuses for hitting other players, so that can feed into the people that like to do that. And if you would have the guards in for your opponent bases, that would be great for the people who don't want to hit other people. But, you know, heaven forbid we can't have a really good event overall.
I would agree on that point, and truly, because I got to say I'm having a good time because I'm at the top end of I'm at the base hitting side of it. I haven't hit the map targets, but I got to tell you, not even smaller guys, not even medium guys, a lot of people are struggling for sure because of these map targets with the base guards inside. It's not that they don't have the ability actually to kill them. They can, but it's just not very cost effective for the damage for 400, 500, 300 points. So having to reach 50K or whatever, doing it that way, that's a hard way to go. So I would like to see, not for me, just in general, if they're going to continue on with this random over damage issue, I think the base guards should be removed.
Yep, I totally agree. And something I want to bring up too that I personally found interesting, and Ross, you might end up getting thrown under the bus a little bit on this, and I don't mean it against you specifically. You know that. I mean, it's just my general feeling of things. All the people who boycotted Last Bounty because PvP being out of balance. And I think even you yourself will agree that the fix that they did not bring PvP back into balance. It unbalanced it the other way to where turrets aren't really doing anything at the current time. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I would agree with that. More even so much that I would actually say we're in a point of unknown for them. I truly feel, my opinion, that they don't know the numbers, what they really are. So I just don't even know if they know how to create a controlled swing. Is my thinking. In all honesty, I mean,
what it comes to me though is like all the people who were really putting forward last time that we're boycotting it because things are out of balance and we're doing this for the community and blah, 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 and all that rhetoric that they were spewing out. And yet are participating now in this bounty. It seems to me it's like, no, you didn't care about balance. You cared that you couldn't get into bases. That's what you cared about. You know what I mean?
Right. Myself, I didn't care so much about the balance. I wanted to... I don't think that there was many things that were not successful in not doing bounty for me. I didn't see a lot of the changes I was hoped to see, that's for sure. But what I did see was the first time ever in the whole community, ever in the whole game that I've played since Blackwater, that many people just said, you know what, this is so screwed up, we're done. And we're just not going to do the screwed up stuff.
Oh, no. I go back to the Scourge raid. The Scourge raid was where I saw the most people do that, because the Scourge raid, most of the game is just like, fuck this noise.
Yeah. Well, I say, yeah, well, I say they fixed one thing and screwed up another thing, and they can't seem to get it right.
But no, so I understand your feelings on that, and when at this rate, I wouldn't sit out this one because, in all honesty, I see a design flaw in the way it's just easy points. So,
Right,
if
yeah, the design flaw and easy points now. Yeah, basically.
But that's not, in all honesty, that's not that they don't know. They know. To say they don't know would be ridiculous. They know the game just as well as I do. So when they design these things, they know these things. They plan on them. So that's how it is. I mean, I'm done doing the 7 years of, they just didn't know thing. No.
Of course they knew.
They totally know. This is how it's worked. This is how it's supposed to be. So they just don't know math. That's basically it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll be totally honest. As everybody knows, GDR isn't there anymore, and I think GDR was like the last bastion of people there who knew how shit worked. On like for all aspects of the game. Now, like Robot, he knows pretty well how PvE stuff works, but I'm not sure what he knows about PvP. And I think they're really at a loss for people who fully understand PvP currently. And I don't know. But I still find it interesting, though, that PvP is still definitely, in my opinion, and most people I talk to, not in balance at all currently. But yet all those people whose sole reason was they weren't participating last time was because PvP wasn't balanced are back to participating. To me, it says you didn't care that PvP wasn't balanced. You didn't care about the community. You cared that you could get into bases. And that's not true for everybody. But there is a big group of people out there who spouted all that's very true.
But at the same token, I can't still get in those same exact bases I said I can't get in. I still can't get in them.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Really? Because you told me, like, when all these changes went live, you told me that one day, dude, I'm getting into all kinds of bases I couldn't get into before.
No, but the top one, yeah, I can get into all kinds of bases, but if I want to hit truly my level of base, I can't get in there. I mean, I'm hitting down. That's the truth, and everybody can say it, whatever. But that's what I'm having to do because I'm hitting down.
But at the same token, that's due to the fleets, not the turrets, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. No, that's true, but it's still there, So it hasn't changed for me on the top end on now if I want to go through and wipe out a sector of people on that are trying to just play the game, yeah, I could surely wipe those guys out. But those people that are hitters, I can't get in. I'm not even gonna lie, I can't get in there.
Interesting. So it's back to the point that you can buy your base defense or you can buy your way into bases, but that's about the only way you're going to do stuff.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, I would say I agree.
Gotcha. So that's what upsets people is when they can't buy their way into or out of things. I guess that was the problem. You couldn't buy your way into or out of anything, so people got mad.
Yeah, they could coin the right fleet, the right build each time to get into that base. Now they can.
Anyhow, here's the top prize for bounty: a frit or a freet, or like this really bothers me the way they spelled this because I'm used to seeing an IFREET, And it really plucks my nerves, but whatever. Ross, you want to talk about the boat for a minute?
Sure. It's a Reaver Conqueror hull, Tier 7, and it weighs 20,000 tons. Armor points are 2,327,500. This is going to be a radioactive hull, so we have a thrower range plus 13%, a radioactive reload of plus 75%. Radioactive damage is plus 85%. That's pretty high. I just wanted to stop there and note that these are nice stats for radioactive. For defense, we do have radioactive deflection of 1,686,450. Tactical field resistance, pretty standard, 50%. Defense handicap, standard, 100%. It has the basic pass-throughs of 360 across the board. It does have movement, so we're going to have 28 combat speed, turn speed of 30, map speed 45. It has thermal imaging of 78. Repair is 30 minutes. This has 8 weapon slots, 5 armor slots, 6 special slots, and the tactical module. So, and standard cargo at 6 million. It's basically in line.
Say it's pretty slow for a Reaver hull, though.
Well, it is, being that, you know, that it doesn't have a rage. It says a raging Reaver. You know, it has no rage. So it's the rageless Reaver to me, in my opinion. So it is slow.
Hey, I have a stupid question. Is that not in the in-game shipyard yet?
It's correct.
Weird. That was my only question. I was just going on there because I was going to play with a little bit and figure out numbers and stuff, and I'm like, wait, it's not here.
No, you can't even play with it right now.
I tried. I know.
Yeah. To me, it's just a little bit slow for a Reaver hull. Reaver hulls are usually a faster blitz hull or something.
Isn't that pretty damn unusual that that's not in the shipyard right now too? Hasn't every bounty, like when bounty comes out and they did the update, the hull is in there? Because, like, okay, for example, Monday bounty ends, I cash in my free on Monday, and so you're telling me I'm not going to be able to build it until they do the next update?
It's in. I wondered the same thing. I don't know if they're going to slip something in, if it takes a full shutdown update to add it. You know, that's another thing. We don't know. You know.
Yeah. I just thought it was weird because this is the first time I ever remember actually seeing something like that happen.
Yeah, I've been throwing it around. I was gonna just, you know, try to figure something out, but
no, we can't do that yet.
I know one thing you said, Ross, though, if you were interested in is guard fleet possibility.
Yeah. Okay. Just say for me to look at this ship right off the bat, it's got nice stats, but it doesn't have anything that goes, oh my gosh, this is a base killer to me. It's going to do well. It's not a weak ship. It's a nice hull, but in all honesty, it's not a guarantee click and win. It's just not. I think that the best place that I see or possibilities are in guard. You know, in the right place, and this does a lot of the radioactive damage. People are not really set up for radioactive damage. I'm sorry for all those people that are hating me right now, but you'll do well killing your attacker with a lot of radioactive damage right now. So that's an idea.
Well, and Cuddlefish in chat just says this looks like a clone of the MSC, the Onslaught, and the Impact. And yes, they all basically are clones of one another. The only thing they do is change from value. I've said that ever since the second ship came out. I'm like, oh, everything is the exact same, except they just changed like where the deflection is, you know, as far as that kind of value. So yeah,
Yep.
all these ships are exactly the same. The only thing that changes is where they put the deflection on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was their intent to get away from power creep and shit being so OP all the time was we'll just use the same hull and change where the values are. Which, you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit like back in the olden days of Battle Pirates, where it's like, you know, you didn't have super hull after next super hole after. It's like you would have good solid holes that would just change where their defensive stats were, and maybe do a little bit more of this, but a little bit less of this, and without having like insane power. So it kind of harkens back to that day, in my opinion. But yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting thing. I agree with you, Ross. I think it will have a good place in people's guard because, like you said, nobody's set up for radioactive right now. Of course, like the people who really you would love to keep out of your base, they're just gonna spend some money and do a little readjustment to get their holes to that more radioactive protection. But for your average everyday Joe guy who likes to go around and get stuff, you're gonna be able to stop them for a little bit, maybe if you get this. So something to consider. And then we got the thrower. Dan, you can talk about the thrower if you like.
All right, the Wildfire Thrower. It's a Conqueror Tier 7 hull, radioactive type, weight of 750 ton. It has an over damage of 363, projectile speed of 450. It has a splash of 2 to 8. Has a spread of 120. Has a range of 88. Damage of 38,200. Salvo of 20. Radioactive time is 8. Wall damage is 66,850. And building damage is 47,750. It gives you a corrosive deflection of 105,404 and a corrosive pass-through of 360 and a bonus combat speed of plus 5%.
There's where your speed goes into play, Dan.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to play on the shipyard to really see how much speed that goes, but we can figure it out.
Dang, 20 salvos for the damage. Why can't it just have the damage? Okay.
Well, but having it at a 20 salvo, that's a lot of 360s, man. That's 20 360s right there.
Or 26 36s.
No, it's got over damage. This weapon's over damage.
Well, you're assuming that over damage is working.
Well,
no,
yeah,
Right.
So I'm just anymore. I'm just automatically going with the 360 part, not and like whatever on over damage.
Right.
Yeah, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know. Combine this with some of the what's the one that does the accuracy debuff?
The polonium.
Polonium.
Polonium, yeah, like alternate between half poloniums and half this, and I think you could really get something going as far as part of a whole being part of your guard fleet.
I agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, Shane, the weapon is showing the over damage stat. It's the very first thing over in the second column of the.
Yep, at 636.
Yeah, right here at the top. Over damage 636. See, I can pay attention to chat and keep an eye on that. It like slides all at the same time. Ross, you want to talk about the special?
Sure, it's a Reaver special also. This one is only for the Conqueror Defender hull, so don't be thinking anything else. And it's 22% weapon weight. What this is going to do is it's going to reduce the reduce the spread by 30% and increase the splash by 50% and also increase the radioactive damage by 50%. So this really is this is a nice looking special.
I like it.
Yeah. It's
sure wish the hull was in the shipyard so I would know what it does and doesn't stack with. Just saying.
No. Yeah, I can see it. I would say it's definitely not going to stack with a narrow firing aperture. So I don't know what, but that's going to be what makes or breaks it. To tell you the truth, it looks like a great special as far as stats. It's a hefty, but it's not over. It's all right.
And then we got the Javelin 2. Back to you, Dan.
Javelin 2. All right. Another tier 7 weapon for us. Consumes 14,000 power, cannon, ballistic type, projectile speed of 2,250. Accuracy is 60%. The range is 110 to 287. Has a damage of 96,064 with a reload time of 6. Penetrative damage of 24,016. It has ballistic defense bypass of 100%. It's one of those tier 7 groups that has a duplicate borrower cap of 8 on it.
Well, it's good to know that now that my howitzers can hardly scratch paint on anything, that, hey, I'm getting bad ones to boost them up a little bit.
Yeah, you actually will boost them up quite a bit. I mean, you know, if the same math I was taught in school holds true, you know, that's the if.
Oh, that's cute. You're and the real math is anything like kick sign math. That's awesome.
No, but in all honesty, we got a duplicate ore cap now of 8. You're going to have 8, the possibility of 8 ballistic turrets in your base now. So the critical hits are going to really, there's a possibility that they could actually cause some damage now.
Yeah, I have to say that's the only time that I ever see like anything with Howies anymore is if they get a critical hit, they still can do a little something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know for sure I plan on getting both javelins. So yeah, some of my Howies and maybe my turrets can actually do a little bit of something.
Oh, and everybody that is the possibility of picking these up, don't skip by them. I myself missed one of those halos, and I really paid for it for a while. So you just never know when it really will affect you. I think that the picking up all the turrets is always a great thing to do. I'm a base first person, and I suggest the turrets for sure.
And then we have just a list of all the prizes. Of course, at 1,700 bounty, you can get a 12-hour ship build token. You can get the Crusher Cannon, the Punch Drive System, the Boulder Fist, and 24-hour Structure Build token. At 2,400, sorry, the text on this one's kind of small. I had to make it a little bit smaller to get it all to fit in here. You can get Warplating 3, the D55X, Precision Missile System. You can still get Conquest Yard 24-hour build tokens. You can get up to 3 Conqueror one-day build tokens. I'd still rather have the March to War campaign back, but whatever. You get the Fuel Tank 01X. You can get 7-day build tokens for Javelin. You can get a limit of 5 planes on that. And you can get Catastrophic Mortar tokens 7 days for only you get 5 of those. And the same with the Vulture Missile tokens and the Blunderbuss tokens. You can get 7 days for each of those.
That's one thing I never got last time was the Vulture Missile, and I need to get a couple of those anyhow.
I don't quite understand this. How long does a Javelin 2 take to build?
Well, here's the thing, though. It's like if you're just switching out the actual weapon itself, it's I think it's like 6 days, 23 hours or something like that. 6 days, 18 hours, somewhere around in that range. But if you're swapping out like specials and stuff with that, it then goes over that 7-day mark. So I guess this is for if you're doing specials and everything. Because I would assume that the token time would also apply to specials, not just the turret itself. Or for people who would rather just spend 2,400 bounty parts because they can't be asked to go with farm baseballs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just know that you can have 2 tokens, but you can have 5 7-day build tokens. You can have 2 turrets.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm sure they're looking towards the future when we'll be able to get 2 more of them. So, but yeah, I would think the limit would have been 4, not 5.
Yeah, but it's all good with me. I mean, I just saw the numbers and I thought, wow, this is one time they actually threw the tokens out there.
I am a little, I'm not sure if I want to say annoyed or miffed or concerned or whatever, that we're starting to get all these very specific build tokens, though, it's just further micromanagement of how we want to play our game. It's like, just make them like generic build tokens, man. We can do whatever we want. Stop trying to micromanage how I do my shit. That's all I have to say about that.
No, I agree, because I think that everyone has their own style of play, and those tokens that you could just choose on how you use them really have changed my game, and because I spend my tokens on PvP, but somebody else might spend theirs on PvE. Now we're being dictated on what we do, and so it really has altered my game.
Well, I have a feeling that part of that is because we know OP11 is on the horizon. And I don't think when OP10 came around, people had all those, had 70 days worth of generic structure build tokens saved up. I don't think they saw enough coin for upgrade stuff is what they wanted to see, and I think that's why they're trying to micromanage now.
Yeah, well, you gotta look for them to be micromanaging us for the rest of the time the game's going on.
Yeah, I borrowed Vlad's tinfoil hat when I came up with that about the why we have specific build. He wasn't here, so I said, "Hey, Vlad, can I borrow your tinfoil hat?"
Well, he could afford to give you the hat. He's got the suit.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't want your suit. I just want your hat. So 5K, you can get this the NSC, which is still a very, very, very good ship. But it's still, whether you're using it as a fleet or just as a spotter for your mortar fleets, still probably, in my opinion, one of the top needed basers out there. Do you guys agree with that assessment?
I agree. I told all my guys, save your points. You can easily get 5,000, 10,000 points during this here bounty, doing absolutely hardly anything. Get that missile cruiser. You got to. Just one, even in the weapons.
Yeah, seriously, one can make a person that's not able to hit bases, just at least get them started in it and do okay. They're a really fun hull to. I love the missile storm cruiser. It really performs well. Driving, turning, targeting. It's a good hull in my opinion. I think it's the best one in the game.
And it always seems to get mysterious buffs that I can't figure out. It seems like every time they do an update, it seems like it gets a little bit better.
It is. It seems like it's better than the last hull we got.
Yeah, that could be my imagination.
It's over damage. I think the over damage keeps getting. It does. It's doing strange things. And I can tell just by the you used to get caught, or I used to get caught all the time by those darn King's Ritz that just smoke you. They take your base fleet and they just melt you. Well, and then they added over damage, and all of a sudden overnight those fleets went to nothing. Well, here in the last week or so, I've been hit by a couple of those fleets.
Yeah, and they're back at killing.
And some of them are back. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. But then I got hit by the same fleet again. The same fleet 2 days later, and a different outcome. So I just think it's being adjusted. I just don't know.
Yeah, I think over damage is here, and then it's gone. It's here, then it's gone. They can't get it to stick. I think that's the problem right now.
I think they're just tweaking the stuff based on what kind of finances they needed to make. That's tactical focus. You can claim that up to 5 times for 5K bounty. The Siege Cannon D35B is back. The Ballistic Calibrator, which is the Impact Cruiser special from last bounty, is offered again. And you can get the Penetrative Scoop also for 5K. Then we get into the 10K region, where you can get 1 Impact Cruiser. You can also get the new Wildfire Thrower, the new Radioactive Ignition. You can get, for those of you that don't have it, you can get Blunderbuss 2s. You can also get the Explosive Force Special. You can get the Catastrophic Order, which was offered first in the last raid. You can redeem up to 2 of them this time. And the Javelin 2, the new limited turret, you can redeem up to 2 of those. And then, of course, last but not least, for 45k bounty, you can get 3 Afrits, and you can only claim that one time. So you'll have but 45,000 points, and you'll get a total of 3 of them, and you can only do that once. And that pretty much wraps up the bounty section.
Yeah, it's all basically, good points, the same amount as normal, and just an extra day to get those points, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm sure before the show goes off the air, we'll get back to it a little bit, but right now we're going to talk about Turrets of Terror. This had a run time. It started on the 26th at noon kicks time, and it's going to last till July 3rd at noon kicks time. They recommend your garrison fleets. They say legendary ranked icebreakers can do this. I don't know whether they can or not. I didn't try them because I used my Inferno Dragons, and I did straight from prize pack 1, straight through prize pack 4, didn't repair, didn't do nothing, autoed the whole thing, and my Inferno Dragons took me maybe not, I don't think even quite, but almost a quarter damage across the field. So, if you got dragons, you can just auto this thing the whole way through and then be looking at like 2 hours repair, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was
you put all 5 years in this time, or do you use your?
No, I used the Savage Dragon flag.
You did.
I did the same. I put the Savage lead, and I put the hole in there. But I did the same start to finish. I picked up 2 hours and 32 minutes damage.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I haven't. I hit some replica bases that did already have this here Omega rocket on it too.
Yeah. We'll talk about the effectiveness a little bit more whenever I get to the next slide, because I actually have print for the weapon itself. But of course, in the first prize pack, you get the Glacial Launcher turret and the Radium Reserves. Glacial Launcher, still in my opinion, a really good turret. It puts that ice field out there that slows everybody down. As we all know, we're all back to the point where slowing people down and doing tons of minimum damage is still very effective currently. Second prize pack, you can get the old Epic Cat Mortar with the fuel tank, and you can get a 10-day Cataclysm Epic Cat Mortar build token time. Is that 6, I see?
Yep.
Wow, that's a whole lot of Epic Cat build tokens.
Right.
I suppose that gives you enough to build 2, though, without using base parts whatsoever, so that's a good thing about that. And then you get the Adder Sting turret, or the Adder Strike turret. Sorry, my bad. That's the corrosive one. You get the Sulfide Deployer with it, and you get 5 4-day tokens of build time for that, and you get 2 generic 1-day structure build tokens. And then last but not least, in the last prize pack, you get the Omega Pyro Rockets, and you get 2 1-day generic structure build tokens with that too. Something to be careful of. Since you can only have 2 generic structure 1-day build tokens at a time, make sure if you're doing this campaign, you spend the ones in prize pack 3 before you do prize pack 4. I know I personally ended up throwing probably like 3 of these tokens in the water. But there we have the stats for the Omega Pyro Rockets. Dan, you talk about this.
Yeah, the Omega Pyro Rockets. Tier 7 power consumed is 16,000. It's a rocket type. Damage type is explosive. Has a 625 projectile speed. 30 splash. Spread of 250. Range of 225. And a damage of 4,160,000. The reload time of 10 and multi-shot of 32.
So let's talk about this for a little bit.
Well, I got to say, it looks really cool when it fires.
Yeah,
but that's about all it is. It looks cool.
I mean, that number looks impressive on paper, but then when you split it down to doing like, 32 multi-shot, and then you figure, okay, probably a large percentage of those are going to miss. I've hit a few bases that had this in it and was not impressed by it at all. But let's be honest, I've not been impressed that much by any of the Omega weapons since we switched over to Tier 7 hulls. All the Omega weapons seem like kind of crap. I was kind of hoping this one would be a little bit different and actually be kind of good and actually do some damage, but it seems that my wants and desires were all for naught.
I agree.
I think in the past, maybe the other ones might have had an effective brief period. I just can't recall, but I think there was one that had a 2-week, pretty good period of damage.
Yeah, but then the Tier 7 hulls came out and it kind of they all went to hell.
Yeah, I mean this says it's a Tier 7 weapon at the top of it. Maybe in Kickside world it is, but in the real in-game world, I'm not seeing where it's having really any effect on Tier 7 hulls.
Oh, it's more like a Tier 6 weapon.
Yeah, I would agree. But you never know what they might do down the pipeline. They might decide, hey, this is terrible, we're going to buff it. So, pick it up. Like I said, the campaign, if you got dragons, was stupid easy. Probably one of the easiest campaigns I've done in a long time.
I haven't had time to do the campaign yet. I will.
What I really should have done is went back and actually tried it with my legendary icebreaker so I could report on that. Because a lot of these turrets would be great for the small and mid-level players, that don't have access to a lot of the stuff that we have.
Right. I mean, I think the icebreakers could do each campaign and then repair. Is what's going on.
I would probably agree with that, just based on the amount of damage my dragons took compared to what I know icebreakers can take. Maybe they might have problems on the last one. They might have to die. They might die partway through. I don't know.
But I did have a guy in my alliance do them with monos and the Zealous lead all through with no repair.
Well, there you go.
That's what I'd almost suggest over, in my opinion, the icebreaker is a chancy hull to pull out of the dock. It's a heck of a repair if something goes wrong, and a lot goes wrong.
But then again, you also have to take in consideration there's a lot of people that were just given icebreakers recently for nothing. They're, suddenly they had a whole fleet of icebreakers. So this campaign is almost exactly designed for those people.
Right. No, that's true. And that would be good if that's the case, if those do well. So I hope somebody lets us know how icebreakers do in that.
Then we also have the Lion's Mane campaign. Ross, you can talk about this one.
Sure. This one started the 26th at noon also, and it's going to run to the 3rd at noon. And you must be at level 50 or higher. Now, this one, they suggest the Skyfire of the Phoenix. You're going to earn the Mana Core, the Roaring Barrel Systems, Panthera Scatter, and the Savage CIC. So you're going to pick up the Mana Core print in the first prize pack, along with a 15 or a 1900 VXP Mana Core token. That's a strange amount. This prize pack 2, you're going to pick up Roaring Barrel Systems, 9500 VXP times 2. You're going to pick up a 1-day Mana Core build token. In prize pack 3, you're going to pick up the Savage CIC, the Panthera Scatter, and the 9500 VXP token times 3. You're also going to pick up 2 1-day build Mana Core tokens. So you're going to pick up 3 days of build tokens for the Mana Cores on this.
Yeah, so for those people who still don't have Mana Cores yet, this is a great way for you to be able to pick it up. And, yes, we are coming to an end of the raid cycle that these are going to be useful for. However, do not forget that these targets that we're currently hitting will become your titanium targets. So if you have any interest at all in doing PvP or working on megas, you're going to need that titanium, so you're going to need these fleets to be able to hit them.
Right, and for those people that have these fleets that are still haven't switched over some of the CICs, that's the best way to do it is with these tokens.
That is also very true.
I think I did hit this one, and no, Skyfires are not good for this. They added in the antis again on these this time, so Phoenix is your best option.
I do know that Skyfires can do it even with the antis in there. You just have to kind of get in close to where your projectile speed gets to them before they're able to shoot you down.
It's very hard with Skyfires.
Yeah, I found though that if you charge them, right, just like Damnation's saying, you just try to ride right up as close as you can, and it makes a huge difference.
Yes, it does. But yeah, it makes driving your Skyfires a lot different than you would.
Yes, yeah.
Then last but not least, we have the Turn the Tides campaign. And you can talk about this one. If you're still there.
Dan, here you go.
Yeah. The tide, say it runs from the 26th to the 3rd at noon, and it's a skirmish fleet, Hunter MK1s. So you prize pack 1, you get the Proto Tide Seeker, the Houndstooth Depth Charge, and a 1-day Proto Tide Seeker build token. Prize pack 2, you get Hydraulic Resistors ×5. I need some more of those too. The PBX Payload, the Proto Tide Seeker build token ×2. And prize pack 3, you get the Advanced Concussive Payload, the Gale Defense System 3 ×5, and 2 more 1-day Proto Tide Seeker build tokens. And prize pack 4, you get the Guardwood Gatling Gun 2, Agility System 4 ×5, and a 1-day Proto Tide Seeker build token ×5.
A great campaign, in my opinion. It wasn't very difficult to do with my hunters whenever I did it before. The last time it was out, I haven't done it this time yet to see if anything changed. On the last time, it wasn't very difficult. You're going to want Proto Tides, if you have any interest in doing the SSRBs to get titanium out of those. Plus, even if you're not interested in the Protos, just the limited you can get in this makes it worth it. You get 5 hydraulic resistors, 5 Gale 2s, and 5 agility systems 4s. So just the limiteds alone, in my opinion, makes this campaign worth it.
Oh, yes.
Huge.
I got a full fleet of Proto Tides finally built. Took forever, but yeah. And I haven't tried this campaign yet, but I plan on it because I ran out of these hydraulic resistors, so I want some more.
And the amount of tokens that you get in this, I think only puts you like a day, maybe 2 short of being able to build a complete proto. So
let's see, 3, 8.
I believe
yeah, it's pretty close.
I think mine come in at like 11 or 12 days.
Yeah, 11, 12 days. Yeah, about 12 and a half days, I think, for mine.
But like you were saying, Damnation, that in all honesty, the people that are procrastinating and are putting it off, the Proto Tide Seeker in my opinion, is a moving forward hull. You're going to want that for easier uranium, and you can't beat the limited things. You're looking at a huge amount of raid points that would be having to be cashed just from this here alone. So this is
what were the Agi 4s in the last raid? Were what, like 4 million, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're looking at like 20 million worth of raid points right there just for those.
Right, and 20 million in raid points is a lot of damage. So, I mean, this is a really good campaign.
Yeah, just haven't had time to do the campaigns yet.
Let's see. Oh, then we got bug fixes and 2 weeks. Fixes and stuff. Fixed error with Overdale. No, you didn't. That's all about that. Fixed error that refitting a ship that had been in a defense slot would cause an SOS. They fixed the problem where guard fleets behind traps would not fire. They fixed the problem where under certain conditions, mega ships would not fire. They fixed the problem where tokens for limited turrets were causing an SOS error. Oh my gosh, that was a huge one. People were doing that campaign, trying to build their turrets right away, and all the pages and all the forums blew up. It's like, I'm getting SOS, my shit's not working, blah, 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 blah. Fortunately for me, I saw all those posts, so when, because I actually did end up building a outer strike turret out of that campaign. So I saw all those posts, and I waited until I saw that they fixed it before I even tried to do mine. They fixed the problem where charged armors were showing as the wrong colors, and they fixed part of the problem where players were unable to advance in an R&D, and I know that that's an issue that they're continuing to
still fixing. Yeah. Oh, I hate to. Oh, sorry, the charge armors were the wrong color. Heaven forbid, fix something that matters in the game.
Well, that mattered to me. That mattered.
It does matter. The colors, because I know when I'm hitting targets, I tend to look at, okay, what color is flashing the most? That means that's I'm taking the most damage from that particular damage type in the targets. And if you got my colors all screwed up, well, I'm not going to have any idea what's going on.
Right, and I built wrong because of it. So that, to me, that is now the fixed part of the problem where players are unable to advance in R&D. Is that truly fixed? And now, can we talk about a subsector base core? Now, isn't that still in the R&D? Don't you still need to do that to pass?
To the best
I think it is.
Okay, so I don't understand to fix the part of the problem where players are unable to advance in R&D. I don't see how they fixed that then.
Oh, isn't the subsector base core now just the SSRBs though?
So we're saying that we can enter with a lower level player and kill one section of the new SS, and that counts?
I would assume so. That's the way it should work. Whether that's something that they're still addressing or not, I don't know, because I've been done my R&D forever.
Yeah, so I bet you that's one of the problems too.
Okay.
I think,
well, that's the problem with some of my players that don't have it done. They just can't kill that. There's just no, and I mean, be honest, they're a long way from killing that. The players that are moving up in the R&D levels at like 5 or whatever level it starts to engage at those subsector base cores. It was about appropriate level for the last track base on the map. These here are not appropriate for the R&D.
Yeah, they don't think very far ahead sometimes. What are you gonna do?
Right. Okay. Well, so I hope that is I can at least get them advanced by hitting one corner.
But that's the last slide I got. So
yeah, because I hit one side with my Tide Seekers with my proto Tides and did pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually haven't tried mine in one yet because I'm still working on ranking mine. They're still dead for me like B weekend because I've just been busy doing other stuff and killing off other fleets and haven't had a chance to repair them again.
What I have found is, for me, I'm always rolling constantly, and I like the free uranium, and so I hit the 57s, and I just do it on auto. And I just, through the day, I actually am constantly hitting the 57 map targets on auto because you can instant repair. To me, it's not worth the 2 hours or however much damage I'm going to take for those subsector cores, unless I see their point. I see their place though, because I will enter. Excuse me, I will enter them if I trying to help another player get resources, so they're okay for that.
Yeah, I did just in to test them out since I had a full fleet of hey, I need to go try these out. So, yeah. And I watched the video and seen one guy do it too. I was like, yeah, all right. I said they ain't really bad damage for them, but yeah, it should pay out more than the 103s or 102s or whatever.
Yeah, it's not damaged accordingly, but
Yeah, sometimes I get the feeling they just forget these targets are supposed to be short targets, not raid targets, and short targets should not cost you 4 hours damage. Period. Ever.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll wrap it up going back to bounty. My biggest suggestion is for those of you guys who are out hitting map targets, stop. Go hit players. You get quicker payouts. Like I know today, going out and hitting other players, in 1 hour I got what it took me like 4.5, 5 hours to get last night to hit your opponent bases. So that's my biggest suggestion for this bounty. Just hit other actual real people.
right. For sure, because I mean, the points, just the points alone, you're hitting the same base. In all honesty, except for you're not getting a person to message you, and that's the only difference.
The other difference,
the driver.
The two other differences is people can drive their guard, and then when you hit a real person, and your opponent bases don't have friends that will come smash you after you smash that guy.
Right, yeah. Oh, I know. I was going to ask this. So I noticed that bases now automatically repair. Is that going to be? Is that going to be? Is this how it is now? Is that how it is in moving forward? Because I want to know it. I'm okay with it. But so now I don't need to worry about my base and first thing in the mornings or anything like that. Is my base truly going to repair moving forward? Is this how it's? Is this planned?
All I know is that's what's happening now. I don't know if that's moving forward. They're going to keep it that way. I really don't know. It could. I wonder if it's like a bounty only thing too. Maybe I don't know.
See, I didn't see that listed anywhere.
It started right after the update before bounty, so it can't be a bounty only thing.
Right. No, it did start before bounty. So I was just wondering, and I didn't see it listed anywhere. Hey, this new feature where we just got this taken care of, so now we don't have to notify you through our email system, and we're just going to start repair for you. And I hadn't been told that, but thank you.
I think it's cool just for the fact that people can't run bounty with dead bases anymore, for sure.
Right.
All those Shane and I were talking about this earlier, and it's like all those banned player bases that still have medals, but you couldn't take them from before because their bases were dead. You can go farm their medals now because their bases will be repaired. So yeah, I don't know, but there's also the downside that well, I don't really know that it is a downside though, because it would happen whether they just got peaked or not. Like getting rid of people that haven't played the game for like 2 freaking years, but their base is still on the map because people peak them all the time, and that counts as them being active. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That problem might be expounded if the bases are just going to auto repair all the time. You know, because people are like, "Oh, this guy must still play. His base is repaired," and then they go.
Nope.
Right. I always, especially all those banned ones around towers. They never leave because you go. It's never fails. Somebody goes through a tower and they have to peek them. So they never get moved.
Yeah. So I don't know what you can do about that, but yeah, but go ahead, other player bases, man. You're going to get more points that way. That's my best advice for this bounty.
Definitely.
And everybody knows that I try to do things the quickest, cheapest, easiest way. So if I'm telling you, it's got to be good advice.
There you go.
I guess we're going to call it there for today. Thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks guys for the chat. And give us a like, a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and share us on your page. Get the word out there. Because we always like more people watching and more people interacting with the chat. It brings up good points that we can address.
Yeah, and I do want to say special thanks to all those people that do come out week after week and chat. We do notice you, and it's appreciated.
Yep, thank you all.
Yeah, maybe I'll start doing something like Fear used to do and do shout-outs for people that participate in the chat.
Well, it's a good deal.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, have a good one. And you know what? Stay cool.
Cool. It's hot and humid here now.
But hey, one day it will be cool. Later.